Hello, this is Gilberto Gamba, and today I'm going to talk about the educational system in Colombia in contrast with the one in the United States. Colombia is a country located in the northeastern part of the South American portion of the continent. Its population is about 45 million. Politically, this country is divided in 32 departments and one capital district, Bogota. Most of the urban population is located in the major cities: Bogota, Medellin, Cali, Barranquilla, and Cartagena. The United States has 315 million inhabitants. There is a large concentration of inhabitants in the major cities in the United States. The biggest cities are New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. Here in the United States, we spend about 5.5% of our gross domestic product. Colombia spends about 5% of it. After the United States, Colombia is the country that spends more in the whole continent in education. A student in Colombia will spend about 12 years to complete the basic education. 90% of the teenagers in Colombia can read and write. Education in Colombia is mandatory and is free of charge in the public system, which, by the way, is smaller than the private one. School desertion rates in Colombia are very high, and the main barriers for an efficient education in Colombia are: the first one is that Colombia is being involved or has been having an internal conflict for more than 70 years. The presence of the authorities in some areas are not existent or is very small. The rates of desertion, especially in the rural areas, is intimately linked to the problems of violence and public order and the lack of security. In some areas, teaching is a high-risk activity, and this situation is related to the presence of insurgent armed groups and the lack of the authority presence in these areas. There is a big gap between social classes in Colombia. Private education is expensive and has good quality, while public education tends to be inefficient and lacks quality. Teachers that work in the public system are not well paid, and this is a not very attractive line of work. Large part of the territory is located in the mountains and in the Amazon jungle, areas of difficult access. Only schools located in the urban areas and private schools have adequate access to current technology. There are some initiatives that provide education in selected rural areas based on technology. So the whole education system in Colombia, private and public, covers 90% of the elementary and 70% of the post-elementary. We could say that the education in Colombia has low quality, at least not well distributed. Not surprisingly, the country has the lowest grades in language, mathematics, and science in the whole continent. The United States, the system is distributing grades K to 12. So a student usually goes to primary school, elementary school, middle school, or junior high, and high school. In the international testing, the participation of the United States has been very discreet, and unremarkable, and managed to maintain a mediocre level compared with other industrialized countries that spend less resources in education. Some of our problems reaching an efficient education are: part, our students demonstrated low level of learning and low test scores. The cost of education is very high and continues to rise. The high desertion rates up to 30% in some areas. Deep social problems including inequality, astronomical difference between resources from district to district, multicultural approach, and children with learning disabilities between other problems. What can these two countries have in common? Mainly that educational system is just a small part of the equation. The system is only a small part of the equation, while maybe a better motivator is an educator, open-minded, and involved parent, or maybe two parents. Parenting, mental health, and early childhood are very important in the educational success, and maybe not so much teachers and curriculum. It is up to parents of these two countries and us, society, to make children better prepared to succeed in school. Thank you.